Hi Aquarius, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to talk about the new moon in Scorpio Solar Partial Eclipse that occurs on October 25th, 2022 at 7:01 Eastern Standard Time. And at this time, both the sun and the moon are in Scorpio, and they're actually sharing that spot with Venus, who's also in Scorpio at 2 degrees. So this is a very interesting eclipse that we're going to have here. So if this is your first time here, welcome. This is where we talk about astrology, look at the aspects and transits that are occurring, as well as pull some tarot cards. And today we're actually going to pull an animal totem spirit card. If you haven't seen me use these, I haven't used them for a while, but I feel like eclipse energy is such a potent energy, so I wanted to pull a animal spirit totem for each of the signs. Take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs to get a more holistic view of the different areas of your life. Also, Aquarius, take a look at the eclipse playlist that I have down below on Scorpio Soul Time. Every 6 months, we do have eclipse season. So we are now in the Scorpio Taurus 18-month time period. Look back on those because back in April, May of this year, we had the last eclipse season. Take a look at where you have come from then, as well as even up to a year ago, back in November of 21 was when we started with that Taurus full moon eclipse in November. So let's get right into it, Aquarius. We have a lot to talk about here. Scorpio themes are going to be very huge now. Do remember October 23rd, we had Saturn actually stationed direct in Aquarius on the 23rd. So that's really huge energy because Saturn has been retrograde since the spring. So we have lots of energy going on, and Scorpio is this themed, or I should say, Scorpio is the sign of themes around introspection, going within, transformation, really delving deep into like your psyche and mental side of you and emotional side of you that connects you to other people as well as to other people's finances. This can also bring up emotional truths about yourself. So just know that Scorpio is that sign is more like behind closed doors, doesn't like to talk about kind of like deep rooted themes and issues. This is the perfect time to kind of like look at where it is in the very beginning sign or very beginning degrees of Scorpio sign, since it's at 2 degrees. These are going to be new themes that you're trying to either find out about yourself, but do know that they probably won't culminate, or the karmic cycle won't be through or maybe show itself until next spring when we have that Scorpio full moon eclipse. And you can see the 4 of Wands just came out there, so very interesting. I like to see that. So let's get right into it. I'm going to actually pull a animal spirit totem for you. I love the animal spirit book because I feel like these cards, everyone has some type of different type of, I believe, spirits that follow you through all of your different trials and can't even get that word out. All your different experiences here on Earth. And so I like to pull one of these just to see where, you know, each sign has a kind of themed animal that is riding alongside of them at this eclipse. So for Aquarius, look at, you will have lizard. And before I even open up the book, I already know that lizards are always known for their transformative properties, right? They tend to, they shed their skin. They have like this transforming type, you know, some of them change colors. So I think that this is really interesting coming up with this Scorpio New Moon Eclipse, because this really is kind of like that symbolism of like transforming, going from that like phoenix rising out of the ashes. So before I even pull, you know, the book, I think it's interesting that that came up for you, Aquarius. So let me take a look in my book for lizard. They're all put in here by their earth, water, air, or spirits. So this one actually is under the, is it fire? Under the fire sign. Okay. All right, Aquarius. So let's take a look. So lizard is instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, as if it has a sixth sense. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. When you have it in balance, you're artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When you're out of balance, you're elusive, non-committal, or flaky. So to bring this into balance, start a creative project. So I really like that for you all, Aquarius, because I feel like, especially with Saturn now going direct in your sign, this has been a 2.5 year period of you really transforming yourself. I am an Aquarius rising, so I know that I have gone through deep spiritual change over these last few years. You actually, Aquarius, will have a little reprieve from Saturn once we get into the spring of 2023, when Saturn actually moves over into Pisces. So I will definitely be happy for that, because this has been a rough couple of years, I will be honest with you. All right, so let's do a past, present, and future spread here, Aquarius. We already had that Four of Wands in reverse pop out, so let's see what we're working with. So in the past, you have the Lovers card in reverse. In the present, you have the Four of Swords in reverse. And in the future, Ace of Cups in reverse. So interesting energy there with the Lovers, number 6, Major Arcana, Four of Swords, Ace of Cups, all in reverse. So let's pull 3 clarifier cards, and if everything comes out in the reverse position, I will turn them all right side up. So Spirit, please let us know how you can clarify the Lovers, the Four of Swords, and the Ace of Cups at this new moon in Scorpio. An eclipse energy, Aquarius, means usually that something will be transformed in your life, something will abruptly be removed, or information will come to light. So keep those themes in your head as well. All right, so to clarify the Lovers, we do have the King of Wands in the upright position. For the Four of Swords, we have the 10 of Wands in the upright position. And to clarify the Ace of Cups, you have the Devil card in the upright position, Aquarius. So I already think that this is really interesting energy, because you have a lot of wand energy here, and you have these 2 major arcana cards, the Lovers and the Devil card. So it's almost like there's this tug of war, if you will, with yourself around maybe some emotional energy that you need to let go of. Possibly you're dealing with someone from the past that has returned, or you're kind of getting over that energy. So let's start off there. And I also say that because that Four of Wands to me is some kind of union that possibly didn't go as well as you would have liked, since it's in reverse. So that still could be hanging over your head at this time, Aquarius. With the Lovers card, this could have been a romantic relationship, but it feels like there's something that you have been trying to get started, or you were trying to ignite maybe a old love or old flame that came into your life, especially around when Mercury went retrograde during the month of September. This could have been this, or it could have been much bigger themes. It could have been through the eclipse cycle. Maybe this has been over the last year, but just know that something in your past, someone in your past, could be kind of like trying to come back into your life, or someone is trying to, you and them are trying to figure out how you can move forward from that situation. Maybe you're trying to look at it in a better light with that King of Wands, trying to just figure out which of you, maybe are going to move on. I feel like there is like this resting period though, because the Ten of Wands and the Four of Swords is suggesting, Four of Swords is usually like mental energy that you need to take a rest from, take a break from, and the Ten of Wands is like you are through with that cycle. So I'm almost gathering that maybe you are through with either this relationship. This also could have been a business relationship with that King of Wands and Ten of Wands, but I don't see any pentacles on the table. So I don't know if it's like a working relationship, or maybe it's more of a romantic relationship, but someone that you were just trying to deal with, it's weighing heavy on your mind, Aquarius. But do know that there is a grand air trine here again at this eclipse. So you might have like a lot of mental clarity, but just know that the universe wants you to kind of take a break. You've been expelling yourself way too much. Like, this has been a really challenging time, I think, for Aquarians, especially with Saturn being in your sign, especially with that Saturn-Uranus square that we had that third time just a few weeks ago. There's like just been a lot that you've been going through, Aquarius, and I think the universe wants you to take a break. And I feel like with the Ace of Cups and the Devil card, you're not really sure how to take a break. I feel like you're too much in your head, and the universe wants you to know that you're being supported emotionally, but maybe to focus more on your intuition as opposed to like what you see in the everyday world, as opposed to what messages people are bringing you in the physical. Your angels and ancestors, and even your totem guide with that lizard who was like, remember, they want you to be like intuitive, but also there was that one term in there that I want to repeat with the lizard, where it was instinctual and sensitive to the subtle. So I think that that's really important here, Aquarius. Use your instincts, which is that Ace of Cups, your intuition, as opposed to you only going by like who you see, who you're coming in contact with. With this Four of Wands, I feel like since it is in reverse, Aquarius, there's this happiness that is surrounding you, but you just don't see it yet, or you just haven't been able to experience it because you've been so run down, you have been so tired. And I feel like at this new moon in Scorpio eclipse, the universe is asking you to take some time for yourself. Be patient, because you are going through like this transformation with that scorpionic energy. And if you don't slow down, this Devil card is going to be more of a burden than you would like it to, or than it needs to be. So just keep that in mind as you go through this Scorpio eclipse. But do take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this video series, as well as those old eclipse videos in the Scorpio Taurus axis. I think it will help you a lot. Okay, Aquarius, I hope you all have a great Scorpio solar partial eclipse. Bye.